All right. Welcome back to Betting by the Numbers, podcast and Discord that is aimed at taking the thoughts and analysis of sports betting out of my hands and putting it in the hands of people who actually make money. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We've typically covered golf, prize picks, and or DraftKings rosters, and college basketball, NBA, and football picks. Today, we're going to look at the world of player props, specifically using our friends over at Oddsjam. They have a new, wonderful, honestly groundbreaking tool for their screen section called Fantasy Screen. You can see it right here. You click on that, and it will bring up your different apps. Now, we have several apps in Illinois and across the country where you can place over-under player props that are at the same odds. What I mean by that is when you are using Prizepicks, which is over here, you pick over or under on Anthony Davis's points. And no matter what, if you have 5 or 6 of those, that is going to be minus 119 odds. So what this is doing is taking the odds of those other sports books in Illinois, specifically BetMGM, Caesars, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Pinnacle, which is known in the industry as having some of the sharpest lines, taking their odds, comparing it to the minus 119 and finding expected value. Now, with that value, we take that, put those into the prize picks rounds robins into 5 or 6 players, and we continue to place those bets. It has won over and over again. It is simply just letting the markets show us, the sharps show us, whoever you think runs the betting industry, letting them show us who we should be betting on day in, day out. And over time, you just make money with it. So let's get going. Our first pick is going to be up here at the top. It's going to be our Miles Michaelis under hits allowed. He has been getting shelled this season when appearing for the Cardinals. They have a wet, rainy day in St. Louis that's going to cause balls to kind of die a lot more. I think that this will be a sleepy Sunday game. He gets through 5 or 6 innings with 4 or 5 hits. We get under the line, get out of there. You see, we look at BetMGM, we look at Caesars, we look at Pinnacle, and all of those lines are flying down. So there is just no reason why we don't follow those and put him in. So we go over to our prize picks. We go over to Miles, and we're going to put under hits allowed. We're going to come back to the prize pick screen, and we're going to look for our next target, which is going to be in our Los Angeles Lakers basketball game. We look at Roy Hachimura has under 9.5 points. Now, this is odds at BetMGM are minus 135, FanDuel minus 144, and Roy Hachimura at Pinnacle is minus 141 on under 9.5 points. There is just too much value here to not be following those odds at a minus 119 for his points. Looking at his previous matchups with Memphis and other people, when he gets limited to under 20, 18 points, he really, really doesn't score. I think in the playoffs, they're going to continue to take down his points, add to the stars, and I don't see him getting over that 10 points. So we're going to go over here. Sorry, forgot how to spell his name for a second. We're going to go less. Now, I'm usually an overs guy, especially when I'm betting game lines. I just find it a little less fun, but I don't really care about fun when it comes to player props and winning money. It's just the easiest way to do it. So our next pick, we're going to be going to the New York Yankees game where they will be taking on the Minnesota Twins. And I have over 1.5 earned runs for Garrett Cole in his starting appearance today. He's across the board, minus 130, minus 135, minus 142 over at Pinnacle. He's had a great season so far. It's kind of the opposite of the Michaelis pick. We're allowing regression to come back and his earned runs to go over. You don't even need to let him have a bad day in order for him to hit that runs allowed. So we are just going to type in Cole. We're going to go to earned run allowed. We're going to go over. Then our next pick, we're going to be going down a little bit. And now this is your preference when you're using these Oddsjam prize pick page on the fantasy screen. Some people just go right at the top, find the best odds to hit, take those. Totally fine. There's just so much value here that I sometimes will try to use some of my own acumen and narrow down maybe 30 selections into 5 or 6. And then I just put those into several different bets. And I'll change out players, try to just give myself the best opportunity to have a good day. So the next pick we'll be going down to is going to be Mr. Jokic's over 24.5 points. Again, I don't even need to explain this. Minus 150 over at Pinnacle, minus 135 at DraftKings. Those are books that we want to be following. And if we go over to Prizepicks, we are going to be getting that line at a much different value. So we will be going to the Jokic page. We'll be doing over points, and we'll come back here. And then we will continue down. We're actually going to stay in that same game with another pick I love. We will be going with Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 threes made. Again, pretty easy to see why I'm picking here. Minus 139, minus 151. I just really like those odds there. Porter is a big game player, and there's just times where he can kind of take over a game for 5 or 10 minutes and be able to hit those 2 or 3 threes, get us into it. So we'll be going back. We'll be doing a 6 pick today. So we have one more pick on this, which was the Anthony Davis over 13.5 rebounds. Now you'll see this minus 137 over at Pinnacle, minus 137 over at Caesars. I just really like this line. Again, this is a need him to have a big game, so he's going to. So we'll be going back to the NBA page. Rebounds. If you look at Anthony Davis's performances versus Memphis, he just absolutely dominates them on the glass. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 17 or 18. So that is it today. If you look, here is our 6-player Prizepicks selection for Sunday, April 16th, using the Oddsjams Fantasy Screen. That is it for betting by the numbers today, and we'll be back to you soon. Thanks for watching.